this thing. It's a Roland GR-700 guitar synthesizer. And what it really is a Roland JX3P underneath. It's this is like a stump box unit, which is really like basically like your patch selector and a couple other edit functions that are on the unit itself, like string select, chorus, and things like that. You can change like the dynamics of the patch, like the oscillator, filter, and amp stuff with your. What that means is, based on the strumming, it sends the data to the unit to trigger the sound. And the way that works is through this very weird cable. There's like a strange 24-pin cable, and it connects to the guitar. And I'll show you the guitar first, and then I'll show you the stomp box thing. So the sound is really a combination of two things. It's a mixture of a real electric guitar, this funky looking thing, and the synthesizer. And what it is the synthesizer is an analog, digitally controlled oscillators, but they're analog. That's why it sounds kind of crazy. It's really fat, but it's also it's very hissy and noisy and stuff like that. But what it has is, let me show you the guitar has these controls. Okay, you have your basic volume, master volume. You have the guitar tone. This is regular electric guitar, and a balance. The balance is a mix between like full guitar sound or full synth or any mixture in between. And there are a couple modes for the guitar and the synth. And there's LFO, and then there's an edit knob and a cutoff, filter cutoff. The edit knob is how you program the thing. It's completely awful. It sucks so bad. I wouldn't even try it. It would be a goddamn nightmare. What you want to do is, just like the Roland JX3P, is you would get a PG-200, basically a unit that has all the knobs and stuff, and all of the stuff that you would step on these and select, like the function that you're going to change, and then you click edit and you roll, turn this edit knob. It's really awful. I wouldn't even do it. But the filter cutoff and the LFO modulation is right on the guitar. That's typically the only stuff that you really want to do anyways, at least in a live situation. But it's really funny because these things, they suck live, even for good guitar players. I can't play at all. I'm terrible. The reason why it sucks is because of this. Now the way it works is, if you see, I'm going to point to right here. These right here is a special type of pickup. It's called a hex pickup, and one for each string. And what it does is it locks on to the note, and then it sends data to the synthesizer to trigger the oscillators. It's very weird. There were a couple of these things. There was like a GR-300, and then the 700, and I think even the 500, like a 500 series model. The 300 was the best because it had the best tracking, and I believe Pat Metheny used that a lot. This is actually the worst, but it does sound really good. That's the crazy thing about it. It's like, I wouldn't even think about using it live, even if I could play guitar. I just record a couple of things, take a couple of takes, and then mix it. Now next, what I'll do is I'll go and show you the stomp box. Okay. Here you go. It's going to be hard. This thing's heavy too. Mine's broken. All the side thick pieces broke because I knocked it over and it fell. Alright, so this is the guy. This is the synthesizer. And then what it is, like I said, is a JX3P engine, digitally controlled oscillators. It's analog, and these are basically what you step on to select your stuff. It's actually that simple. There are string selectors, so you can have it track. This basically activates or deactivates the hex pickup, so that you could have it track like one string or any string, any combination of the strings. You have chorus and all that stuff on there. I've already mentioned that. It's actually pretty simple. You have your basic JX3P controls underneath. It's a real pain in the ass, like I said, to edit or when you do it. Nor do you really bother with the JX3P itself. That thing is awful too to try to program. So they're kind of in a class together, and they are related. So I think that's about it. That's the basic functionality. If you want to recreate that sound, you could get a JX3P. And there you go. That's the sound. Anything else is basically just the guitar, like nuances and stuff like that, and the mix. Now you can also play that as just a regular guitar. It's totally fine. It's a totally plain old electric guitar. It actually has a regular instrument output. You don't have to connect it to this at all. You can just play it as a regular guitar. I've seen people do that. It looks weird as hell. I guess that's why they do it. But it's actually a good guitar. It's comfortable and it sounds good. So why not, right? Generally, if you find one for sale, it's basically worth it just to get the guitar. So do it. That's how you would recreate the sound. You just get a JX3P, and that's it. Now, what I can do is I can show you a couple sounds. Stop and create another video. These are really awful, totally unscripted. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. So whatever. So now let's make a couple sounds.